So we seem to finally have an update on Logan Paul and the Cryptozoo scam situation that's going to end this whole thing. Logan Paul has finally apologized, which is a complete turnaround from when he was saying this.
CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Now, not only did Logan Paul apologize, but he also thanked CoffeeZilla for exposing him, for bringing this all to light, and he proposed a solution to how he plans on paying the fans back for the thousands and hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars he might have scammed out of them with this entire operation.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not gonna help Cryptozoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward. Step 1, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens so we have no financial upside in the game, and it will add value to holder tokens. Step 2, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially you're gonna be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function. To say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me. I appreciate your guys' patience while we do our internal investigation, and I promise to be transparent and disclose any information we find out in the process. And lastly, thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation, and I mean that. Thank you, bro.
So as you can see from the video, Logan Paul's solution to this is that not only is he going to put $1.3 million of his own money, or 1,000 ETH, into the project so that people are able to pull money out in mass proportions, hopefully getting back some people at least a portion of the money that they were able to put into this, but he is also going to continue to develop and produce the game so that those who might want to keep all their eggs in this basket, for lack of a better term, are going to do so, and hopefully they're going to make some profit in the future. He also did something that I didn't personally expect that he would do, which was to thank CoffeeZilla. Now, again, we saw from earlier that Logan Paul initially came out and stated that he was going to sue the living crap out of CoffeeZilla.
And lastly, CoffeeZilla, I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimy as so I'm not going to come on any of your podcasts. If you want to come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build Cryptozoo, and I'll see you in court.
But now we see a full-on thank you from Logan for bringing this all to light and for showing the fans everything that they were missing out on. And he also promised that he would, from now till the future, be as accountable as he can be for all of his actions and for all of the things that happen moving forward with Cryptozoo. But Of course, no one's going to buy into this that far. Yes, it is a great solution to the problem. People can get their money back who once put in money believing into this project. He finally took some accountability, apologized, and also acknowledged that what CoffeeZilla was doing was not a bad thing and thanked him for it. However, all of this comes after about a year and a couple months of an absolute shitstorm of events. Not only did people have to wait in silence for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months until CoffeeZilla finally came and dropped this hit piece on you to hear back anything, but they also, in the process, were losing out on thousands and thousands of dollars up until this point. And now, because you have the means to live your life and continue to live on as you were, even with losing thousands and hundreds and, to your point, millions of dollars, other people could not. And we don't know the ramifications and the damages that we had on the lives of those people with this project. However, what I can say is that you finally hit a good point. I don't think people will give you the credit that you deserve, but I think you finally hit a good point, which is that you've accepted accountability, you've accepted that people deserve their money back, and you'll do what you need to do to get at least some of it back, and you've also not tried to do some BS lawsuit against CoffeeZilla, which was just a scare tactic from the beginning. I mean, we had YouTube lawyers all over the place that were just completely debunking and destroying any claims that you had that CoffeeZilla was breaking any laws here. But then also, you thanked him and you acknowledged that what he was doing was the right thing, calling you out and keeping you accountable. Because at the end of the day, that's what the fans wanted, Logan. We wanted to see you take some accountability. And it doesn't mean that because you've done so now, you're off the hook and you're good. No, quite the contrary. The fact that it took you so long is still going to upset and anger a lot of fans. But at least you've taken a step towards the right direction. And hopefully, there won't be anything like this in the future. Although, from my guess, is that within another year or two, we'll be hearing another huge scam or another huge event in terms of Logan Paul, because that's how he makes his money and that's how he keeps himself relevant. But until next time and until the next video, dreamers out.